All right. And welcome to Queen Messy Michonne to the Butterfly Effect Studio for training. She's out here in the world doing some big things, and we have a great conversation for you guys today. We are talking about the GLP-1s and everyone's favorite tennis player, Serena Williams. So
Right.
let's get into it. We saw a Super Bowl ad with Miss Serena, and she was out there in the streets telling everybody, I use the drugs to help me with my problems. What do y'all think about it? Let's talk about
Foolishness. Foolishness.
it. You're just shaking your head. It's not
Because it's foolishness. I didn't see the ad. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't see the ad.
okay.
But I'm already aware of her stance on this GLP, right?
GLP-1.
GLP-1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already aware of how she's using it and is telling people to use it. And I'm just of the, if you want to use it.
Right.
So I'm thinking it's more for money than anything.
Well,
I'm sick of people trying to sell us drugs. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm gonna show this window, and we're gonna play this video, and we're gonna see and watch it together. We're gonna see what your things are. So here we go. Well, looks like this video didn't play, but it just said, I'm Serena Williams. I'm a real user, and I use the drugs. I'm going to stop this share. What am I picking? I'm hearing mad feedback now. So anyway, so we're going to dump that. So I think that her biggest thing is she believes that using the medication helps her cause, and it helps her to accelerate her weight loss when she really didn't have a chance to do that while she was playing tennis. Now, I'm a big believer in using tools to help us lose weight or whatever. But when you use it as the only way you get it done, that's when I have a problem. When you don't use the meal plans and don't do all the other things, that's when it's a crutch and not as a tool it's supposed to be.
You're a proponent of the drugs?
I'm a proponent of folks when they don't have another alternative to use it.
She has other alternatives.
Yeah, she does. And I think her argument is, I'm a mom, I gotta cook, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Hey, just giving you perspective from what she explained to us in her ad.
When I'm a mom and I work too, so save it, sis. You also have enough money, you and your husband,
Yeah,
that you can have a cook, so that you can have the food, and you can have the trainer.
yeah,
But for some reason, you want to take the easy way. And what I don't understand is why she and a lot of the people want to do this when they have those means that the regular folks like us don't have the means for. And then they're peddling it to us. And then people will think, oh, yeah, I'll just go ahead and get it. Then these be the same people. Don't let me go off on a tangent now. These be the same people talk about they care about their community and everything, but you don't have no problem
Right.
with selling drugs to them while you taking money in order for you to continue to get richer.
yeah.
And then we over here, regular smegulars, looking like she looks, because she looks crazy.
She looks amazing now. I
You
mean,
think?
the way she's lost 31 pounds according to the thing.
That's it,
She's
31, as big as she was.
She was over 200.
She was thicker than a Snickers.
So I say she was over
I think she looked
200.
good. I think she looked good.
Listen, I'm not anti Serena. I'm not anti the drugs. I do believe that there is a use for the medication, right?
One second. Let me say, shout out to your chat because you have a couple of people who are speaking in there. So let's make sure that we acknowledge them. Everybody, make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new. Shout out to all of y'all. Make sure you chime in and answer the questions as well.
Oh, there's that. Thank you very much for following, Sergio. We appreciate you. I do believe that the initial outset, the weight loss was a side effect, right, of using the drugs. When the drug was first invented, the GLP-1, when it was first came into the market, and the big side effect was people were losing weight, right? So shit, I can just use this to lose weight and don't have to worry about the diabetes, because the more weight you lose when you have type 2 diabetes, the lower your risk is for having type 2 diabetes, right?
I was going to say, so the original reason for it is for people with diabetes.
Yes.
Then everyone else.
Once the science figured out that it causes you to not be hungry anymore, and you stop eating, people start losing weight. But the side effects are huge, right? The side effects are your stomach can atrophy, you can have pancreatic diseases. There's lots of other parts that go into it if you're not following the meal plan and sticking to the plan that your doctor gives you when you're prescribed the medication. I am not a proponent of, hey, everybody getting the drugs. I am a proponent of, if you're using it as a tool and you do have diabetes, then yes, it's going to help you. It should help you. Does it work for everyone? No, because the 80-20 rule still applies. Does it work for the majority of people who use it? Of course it's going to, because it's making you not be hungry.
Does Serena have diabetes?
I don't know. I'm going to assume the answer is no, but I don't know.
I'm thinking the answer is no. So let's take diabetes off the table.
Sure.
Because, again, I go back to, she does have the means to be able to do what needs to be done. So it's just an easy way.
Sure.
And if people want to use the easy way, that's fine. But do we really know what the results are going to be later?
No, right? Because the test is only for 3 years. Before the FDA approves it, anywhere between 3 and 5 years. And as long as there's no major adverse side effects that people come up with during that time, then normally it's not going to be off, have major things that they're going to know about 10 years from now. Because the idea is not to be on it for 10 years either. The idea is to be on it to get your weight down to where it's supposed to be, and then you get off the drug.
But if you haven't learned how to eat properly,
right,
and exercise, and all those things, then it does you no good, and that's why people are going
stay back on it or stay on it. I agree with you, and I think that's the biggest thing with surgeries and weight loss drugs and all those things, because you're not fixing your mind or addressing the heart issue that you have that's causing you to overeat and suffer from all these conditions and problems and things. So I would argue and say that, hey, if you do the work and you have someone helping you do the work, then the odds of your success are going to be far greater than they're going to be without it.
Right.
So, Serena, I think that her and Oprah and a lot of those folks have the means to do the work.
Correct.
Right. The question is then, do I have the means to do the work? And is that 2, 3, 4 hours a day, whatever it takes me to train, is that worth my time when I could train for 45 minutes and do the thing and come back and be with my family, which is a better use of my time, right? There's a balance that could come into place that we're not accounting for. I don't think people should use a shortcut, though. And I think that when you do it responsibly, under your doctor's care, sticking to the plan, it'll make a big difference. And I think that's what people are advocating for. At least that's what I think she's advocating for. I hope that's what she's advocating for, not just to make a couple bucks from Roe.
Didn't you say there was backlash, though?
Of course. People hated it. People like, oh my God, you didn't need that. You don't need help. You got all this money and you got the drugs and I don't got it. Why do you get to have it? I mean, your haters gonna hate.
I don't think it's hate. I don't personally think it's hate. I think there's some things that we should be saying something about.
Sure.
And in this case, I do believe that this is absolutely it. Not even necessarily because she does have money, even though you can take that into account. You're selling that to me.
Sure.
You, rich person, are selling that to me. You are selling that to somebody that's one of us, basically. And if we go and do it, and then we just said we don't know what the future side effects are.
Right.
It's basically a cheat code.
Mm-hmm.
It's encouraging the community. I'm going to go ahead
Mm-hmm.
and talk about Black people to go ahead and use this instead of what we should be telling each other to do, because she wasn't saying this when she was tennising it up.
No.
So she was out there training. She was out there getting up
Right.
early. She was out there doing the whatever they do.
Right.
You weren't advertising any of that.
Agreed.
When you were doing that.
Yeah. No.
And I'm thinking that that's a lot of our problem, is that we do need to have exercise encouraged, eating right encouraged, and not just always taking the easy way out.
I definitely agree with you on that one. I think that a lot of folks don't realize how hard it really is to be an athlete, right?
I'm sure. I
Right.
know that. All of them. I can't
Across
do it.
all
I
spectrums,
can't
all
do it.
sports.
Mhm.
And I think that people discount they discount the time that folks are spending to be an athlete. They say to master something takes 100 hours, right? To master any skill takes 100 hours. Imagine doing it for 20 years, 30 years, and then all of a sudden the music stops.
Mhm.
That's a big change,
Mhm.
and depression can happen, heart disease can happen, because there are other parts of your life that get impacted when you're not an athlete anymore.
Mhm.
If you're not an athlete, I played football for 20 years of my life. The biggest fear of most football players is, your heart is a muscle,
Mhm.
right? And it gets stronger, gets bigger like any other muscle. But if you stop training, that heart does not atrophy the same as your biceps or your legs will. So you got this big baggy heart now.
Mhm.
And football players die at 55 and 60 years old because they get heart disease or they have heart issues because it's not ejecting blood the right way. So you got to continue to train.
Mhm.
So I wonder what type of impact that had on her, right? She weighed 200 pounds when she played tennis. If she lost 30 pounds, is it easier on her heart? Is it easier on the other parts of her body that we don't know other issues that she may or may not have? We know her sister has got lupus, right? Her sister has other diseases. So we don't know what other type of familial issues that she may have too that she doesn't discuss, which is, both in her right. But I agree with you. We shouldn't be force feeding medications down people's throats because they don't need to take the easy way. Majority of people don't have type 2 diabetes.
Right.
Majority of people are just lazy.
Right.
And that's the problem that I have is don't advocate for the drug as a cure. Advocate for the drug as a tool in conjunction with eating right, in conjunction with working out every day, in conjunction with doing all those things. I mean, it's like saying I could create a drug to make you never get the common cold ever again. Well, you could also not get the common cold by never going outside.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, but when they're doing these advertisements for this drug, are they saying, "And I eat right, and I"?
Well, she did. She said.
Okay.
She said in the video, I eat right. I work with my nutritionist to get my meals right, and then I work out every day. Still, could you imagine working out and not getting any results, not being able to get the scale to go down, right? Because she also had a tremendous amount of muscle. Right. And it's hard to get muscle mass off of you when you're not performing anymore. She's not an athlete in that. So I think there's some nuance with Serena. And I think she's probably a bad example. I think the best example is Oprah. Like Oprah shouldn't be talking about using these drugs. Oprah shouldn't be advocating for using these drugs. Right. I think that the majority, I don't think freaking Lizzo should be talking about using these drugs. Right. I think that there is a better way, that's the more effective way, that has a lower rate of recidivism, that's better for you. And that's the important thing that I want people to see is I don't think that it's easy to lose weight. I also know it doesn't have to be fucking hard. Because people always want to, it's so hard to eat right. It ain't.
Are there some people though that can't lose weight even if they do it all right?
If they do what all right?
Eat right, exercise, train, as you say.
The laws of thermodynamics apply to every human being.
Oh, so racism, that has nothing to do
No,
with it.
the laws of thermodynamics apply to every human being. Calories in, calories out. 3,500 calories is the equivalent amount of energy that burns 1 pound of mass, no matter what type of person you are. Black, white, green, it don't matter. However, you know, there are things that are culturally different between us and other races. I had a conversation with a family today: a son, a mother, and a daughter. The mother is 88, the daughter is 68, the son's 69, or whatever, maybe backwards, whatever. And the son is 6'1", 205 pounds. The mother's 5'4", 178 pounds, and the sister is 5'6", 256 pounds. And the mother said, "I don't think you lose no weight." Excuse me? You can't tell me I'm eating wrong. I'm telling you, you can eat better. What do you mean? I've been this way my whole life. I know. And you're 45 pounds too heavy. 45 pounds? I'll be a crackhead. No, you won't. You'll be living. You know, and what do you mean, Walter? And they're like, what do you mean, Walter? I weigh 255 pounds. I feel fine. I don't care how you feel. I'm a grown man. I weigh 248. And I'm in really good shape. You shouldn't outweigh me, ma'am. And you're 5 inches shorter than me. You shouldn't outweigh me. And they sat there and thought about it. And I pulled up data. The average man in America weighs 181 pounds. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. 181 pounds is the average man in America.
It's 181?
181 is the average man in America.
Oh my God.
So ladies,
I thought it was 200.
if you're listening, it's 181 pounds. Even if it was 200, you shouldn't weigh anywhere near 200.
I hear you. But I'm not, now you talk about 181, you're going to be trying to get me to 110.
I won't get you to 110, I promise. That's not the goal. That's not the goals. Okay. But, you know, I do believe that, though, there is a difference between the races. I think that the difference is cultural. I also think that science has proven that we have a higher amount of anxiety, stress, and cortisol just from existing, right? You know, we have a different type of response to pain, to happiness, to sadness than do most other cultures. You know, how many times have people told me, well, the best food I had was at that funeral the other day. Wait, what? The best food you had was at the funeral the other day? That don't make no sense to me, right? But that's only because I'm now. Because before, that macaroni and cheese was good. She put it, like, why, right? And a lot of folks don't really understand how that culture of eating wrong or not eating healthy impacts our entire being. And I think that that's part of what we have to change as Black Americans is we have to change our relationship with eating right. Because until we do, we're going to keep dying at 69 and everybody else live until 75. Right. That's a big deal.
I agree.
You know, and that impacts not just you and your relatives and your family. It's also impacting your children, your generational wealth. Because if you allow shorter, that means you're not going to earn more, which means you have less to give, which means you have less experience to pass along, which means your people aren't going to have the right habits because you're the one that knows, but you're dying too early, so now you can't help nobody. Like it's an entire thing that we have to do a better job at, not just eating right and being healthy. It's leaving a legacy of taking care of your body, taking care of your mind, and taking care of your plate. That shit all ties together. And if you can do that, you've set your people up for success. Because now they're going to live longer, healthier, and better, and have a better quality of life. Because I ain't trying to sit in the bedpan talking about I wish I would have. Right? Nobody wants to be the one. We gotta wait for grandma and them. You know, she got a wheelchair. She got one bag leg, another one got cut off. We ain't got time for all that, right?
That's what it usually is.
So I just challenge us to make better decisions when it comes to medications, especially for medical weight loss.
Mm-hmm.
I challenge us to actually read and understand the science and don't just do it because Serena
Mm-hmm.
said she did it or because Oprah said she did it. Find out for yourself, but don't just, I did my research. What does that even mean? Right? You did your research on what? Where?
That's another thing now. That's a new thing. I
Right.
did my research.
Right. What does that even mean? And every time,
ChatGPT
right,
now.
every time somebody says that to me, okay, where did you research it at? Listen, I had a lady tell me that creatine is bad for you. Wait, what? Creatine is the most used and studied supplement in history. What do you mean it's bad for you? Well, I just know I did my research. Well, where'd you do your research?
Facebook.
Right? I mean, I can go on Facebook and say, why shouldn't I do push-ups? And there's going to be 20 people saying it's bad for your shoulders.
Yeah, I understand that.
So I do think that we can do better, and do your research. Go to Harvard Medical Review. Go to Yale Medical Review. NIH is kind of sketchy right now because all the scientists got fired. So that's a tough one to use. But, Berkeley College, and then, of course, all your major hospital sites. Johns Hopkins, Mayo Clinic, Cleveland Hospital. These are places you can go to get the information so you can make a well-informed decision. Because sometimes doctors are looking for the incentives that are handed out by pharmaceutical companies, right? Because pharmaceutical companies come to get them to sell their drug, and they give them a bonus for selling 10,000 subscriptions of their drug. But don't be the fool of not advocating for yourself and finding out information for yourself. Your local pharmacist, he or she will gladly, because they're the most underused resources in the hospital, the pharmacist. Because the pharmacists in most states can't write prescriptions. It's weird though, right? They're the ones that are responsible for the drugs, but they can't write prescriptions.
That probably makes sense. Somebody else writes it, then you dole it out, as opposed to you having all the access to it. That kind of makes sense.
So, but it depends. And different, like if you work the VA, if you're a pharmacist, you can write a prescription. It just depends on what the governing body is. But anyway, one of your most powerful advocates for drugs is your pharmacist. Ask them a crap ton of questions, right? Because then they're going to be excited to tell you, because people asking me questions. I want to know more stuff. And they can share the knowledge that they have. And you never know. That could be your advocate now that's going to question, why does doctors writing you this prescription? Right? So many scripts are given 5 milligram, 8 milligram, 10 milligram. But if you 6'5" and 365 pounds, your dosage ain't going to be the same as somebody who's 5'10", 160. It's not going to be the same thing. So I would challenge you to ask for help, get the right information. Don't just lean on one doctor. Don't just lean on one nurse. Understand that there should be a team of professionals that are helping you through the process of making literally life-altering decisions. And be prepared to do the mental work. Because if you're going to take a weight loss supplement, a weight loss drug, or you're going to embark on a weight loss journey, be prepared to do the mental work. Because if you don't address the underlying reasons, you're going to yo-yo right back up. And that to me is the worst. I had a lady work with me. We lost 120 pounds together. And she didn't have a why for losing weight. Other than I said, I just got to lose some weight. And we went from 290 pounds to 168 pounds. Great job. She did a fantastic job, lost a lot of weight. And then a year later, she called me crying. What's wrong? I need your help. I'm thinking she had a flat tire stuck on the side of the road. No. She now weighs 300 pounds. Imagine gaining back every ounce that you lost the hard way, but because she didn't do the work here and the work here, you couldn't maintain it. She couldn't maintain it. She didn't have her guide point. And, it's much harder the second time you do it. Because then it's, what it is. So everything's okay. I know this. Okay, I know this. But you're just not doing it. Why didn't you call me when you were plus 20,
Mm-hmm.
plus 30, plus 50? Now you're plus 140.
Mm-hmm.
Like and it's heartbreaking because I was there for that whole journey, all the tears, all the crying, and then you gave it all back. You know, and that's why I spend so much time when I'm working with my clients doing our interview. I think that getting folks to address the trauma and the issues they have before they start the journey or while they're embarking and working through the journey, it does wonders because they can break through while they're going through. And if they can do that, it literally changes the trajectory of what they're doing, and they can stay focused a lot longer and are less likely to receive back. I think that's what makes a lot of trainers. We have a dual role outside of the whole working out part and making y'all complain and cuss us out. Outside of that part of our job is also we got to motivate you. We got to find the why so we can get you to continue to push. Some people chase a number on a scale. Some people want a boyfriend. Some people want to keep their man. Any number of reasons. But it's important that you have your why, have your reason. Don't just do things just because. Do things on purpose, with purpose, and in your purpose, and you'll be surprised at what the end result will be.
There you go. There you go.
What else you got?
Nothing. You didn't have it all. Nothing else to say. Serena's gonna do what she gonna do, and the rest of them gonna do what they gonna do.
Yeah.
I just hope that down the line that there's not all these crazy effects.
Well, we already know we already see it. We see people. Like I have a guy right now that's in North Carolina. He took the GLP-1s and never ate right. Imagine that. And now he's got all kinds of gastrointestinal issues because he didn't follow the steps. It wasn't the drug's fault. The drug did exactly what it's supposed to do. It made you not feel hungry. But here you go, not following the rules, which is eating 1,250 calories a day, which can keep you full. You was on a retreat, you ate 1,200 calories. Was you ever hungry?
Yeah.
Or you was hungry at the retreat?
Sometimes. Not as much as I thought it would be.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can. Right. And once you adjust, and since you're already being depressed, you can do it. You're just lazy, dude.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
That was a waste.
Yeah.
But that can happen with people who do the bypass surgery too, right?
Absolutely. But that's the biggest thing is people who don't follow the meal plan. And the thing with the bypass and a lot of these drugs, if you don't eat right, the skin looks like the thing. And if you just work out and eat right while you're using the drugs, like if I was to go get on the GLP-1 right now, man, I'd stay lean. I'd be 215 pounds year round.
You look weird.
No, I wouldn't.
You look weird. No, you look right like you look right now. That's what you're supposed to look like. Superman.
But I think that's what happens. You see a lot of these athletes who were on performance enhancing drugs for a long time, and as soon as they get off, they come back down to reality. Because walking around 350 pounds is rough. Like I talk to athletes all the time who are who's used performance enhancing drugs, and I mean these guys get humongous. My favorite bodybuilder is 6 feet tall, same height as me, 355 pounds and 346 pounds and 15% body fat. So walking same body fat as me, but at 340. That's crazy.
Is that confirmed that she was on
Who, Serena?
Performance?
You'll never confirm it, but I mean, we all know what it looks like. I mean, I'm in the business. It's not hard to tell who's on drugs and who's not. Like The Rock was never natty, right? He was always on drugs. It's not hard to tell. Somebody's 55 years old still making gains ain't natty. It's impossible. And any 99% of those crazy transformations you see that movie stars and stuff go through, 99%, okay, 98.5%, they're all on some kind of performance enhancing drugs. It's impossible.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go from not working out to working out for 90 days to prep for a movie, and all of a sudden you fit as hell. No. That's not real life. That's not real life. That's, oh, Walter, what all this influencer over here? Yeah, they're fake. It's fake. It's angles, lighting, and fakeness. I could use lighting and make me look stage ready, but I'm nowhere near stage ready right now, right? You know, and I believe in my heart of hearts that everyone can achieve a better level of health and fitness.
Of course.
And I believe in my heart of hearts that people don't do it because they don't want to freaking do the work. It's too hard. And I call bullshit.
It's not easy.
I know. Mm-hmm. You know, because you get your ass kicked in the morning. Mm-hmm. And in the afternoon sometimes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know? And, oh, Walter, I go to Zumba 4 days a week. Okay. Mm-hmm. I dance in my living room too. 10 days, 6, 7 days a week. That don't make you lose weight. But I don't want to get too bulky. I promise. Lifting heavy weights don't make you bulky. Lifting heavy weights make you toned. It makes you look better. Makes your shape look better. You're not bulky. And I don't want to look like a man, ma'am. There's absolutely nothing you can do to look like a man by lifting weights. Nothing. Your body ain't built for it. Sorry.
That's what we say.
I know. Those are a lot. I'm big boned. Bullshit. There's no such thing. Your bones ain't no big. If we was all bones right now, you would only be able to tell you're a man, a woman, and I'm a man. That's it. We all the same.
My bones are bigger. I ain't big.
She's a big boned jaw. I'm gonna show y'all what Michonne's skeleton looked like. Hold on, I got a picture of it.
Oh Lord.
It's Let's see images.
Lord have mercy.
I found it. Yep, I found your skeleton. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna share this with you guys because she said that she is big boned. Share screen. Share screen. We're gonna share the tab. I think. Yep, there it is. Share. Oh, you can't even see the big bonedness. You can't see.
Oh my God!
You can't see the big bonedness. She's big boned, y'all. So, but anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about her and her big bonedness, and we're gonna go work out because she came all the way up here. She didn't think she was gonna work out today. She was wrong.
I already worked out today.
That was this morning. That was this morning. She came in. She had a hoodie on, leggings on, got the Nike Cortez on. Yeah, she about to get his work. I'm gonna make her sweat her edges out. We're gonna get sweat out today. So we're gonna get this work, y'all. We appreciate you all for stopping in. We got up to 71 viewers today. I'll take it. Not bad for the 12th of 212. Today, 212. That's our address, 212.
Okay. I didn't know that.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Special thank you to Messy Michonne for stopping through and bringing her tribe through. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming, and we will see you all next week at the same place, same time. Peace.